So welcome, folks. Thank you, Oxford House, for hosting us tonight. Um, as we've been doing together, we're going to start with a hug. So cross your arms, one hand on one bicep, another on the other. Close your eyes and gently rock. And we're going to get those same fabulous endorphins, that beautiful oxytocin that if we were together, you'd be feeling this right now. Breathe deeply, deep belly breaths to get you back in your body and feeling the light. And we're going to start with a prayer. Highest source, higher power, thank you for being one with us, flowing through us and all around us. Activate us, connect us with the love and light, that we may be all that we are meant to be and are capable of being. Bless each and every person that's on this call tonight. Amen. So we're going to be talking about being in the now and the power that being in this moment right here, right now has in our life. So often we're off thinking about something else. And this is the moment that we create. So mindfulness has been talked about since 600 BC, and that's the written word. It goes back thousands and thousands of years, and mindfulness is the hot topic, both in science as well as philosophy. Medicine is talking about the value that just being present right here, right now has for us. Does anybody want to read these definitions?
I can.
Okay.
Mindfulness, being conscious or aware of something, mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment while calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations, used as a therapeutic technique. Very popular today. Books from psychologists, neuroscientists, and ancient philosophers also, Lao Tzu and Buddha, 600 BC.
Thank you, Louise. So it's mindfulness isn't just being aware, but it's also being aware of our feelings and our thoughts. Last week, we talked about our feelings and how they show up in our body and the power of that. Well, we're going to continue that statement. For those of you, all of you have, well, Marian and Khalil, you've seen Reiki 2. I've got this quote in Reiki 2 that Jack Kornfield it's a great, great quote. It's like a puppy. Training a puppy is like training our mind. That puppy's going to get up and you're going to have to bring it back time and time again to that moment right here, right now. And we might have diverse thoughts going on at the same time. So bringing that errant thought back to right here, right now, kindly, gently, and that's what creates the healthy mind. So there's only right now. And if we get anxious, I mean, all of us have been through recovery and are still in recovery to some degree. And at that moment, those moments, we we're escaping, and that our past might have had us feeling unworthy, feeling shame or guilt. But that's, if we can just stay here, right here, we can avoid feeling anxious as well as shame and regret. Is this hitting home for anybody?
Yeah, that's Wendy, what I deal with anxiety. So yeah, I'm trying to, as you're talking about it, I'm trying to integrate it with what I already know, and it makes sense. It really does. And I think that's what I'm, being directed to do, by therapy and stuff like that. So
Okay, all right. So uh, we talk about grounding, and there's more and more information out there today on what grounding means. We start each session with deep belly breathing. Certainly, when we're doing Reiki, we're doing that deep belly breathing and slowly exhaling, because it's that combination of getting enough oxygen to our cells and our brain that keeps the physical anxiety from us, as well as making sure we've got enough carbon dioxide in our body. And that healthy balance keeps us more physically healthy. It infuses our cells with health and vibration. Um, and a simple thing like a smile, put a smile on your face, and just pay attention to how you're feeling, especially in your belly. Marion, what did you feel?
I'm always happy, but I mean, this it was like I could feel my whole inner side raises up, rise up instead of being down, depressed. It just rises up when I smile.
Isn't that interesting? I mean, there's a lot of research that talks about how just that simple thing, and what it does is it tells your body that you're safe. So again, being here, right now, and just that little Mona Lisa smile. If you wake up agitated at night, putting that little smile on your face will help you feel more relaxed.
Okay.
So activating our senses, we're going to talk about that in a moment.
Also relaxes other people around you.
That's a really good observation, Khalil. Absolutely. You want to say more about that?
Well, particularly if it comes from a sincere place. And a person can generally feel that energy as it's coming from a sincere place because they're trusting. And even if it's not coming from a sincere place, my rationale is you have people that manipulate smiles just to make sure they gain your confidence. But a smile in and of itself is a comforting, and it's generally a safe place to be. And somebody smile.
Good observation. So activating your senses. Let's say you're feeling a little off. Maybe you're feeling anxious. We talked about anxiety a moment ago. Activating your senses, and you can just tell yourself, senses activate. And then use your senses. Use your sense of sight, look around the room, and just reassure yourself that this room is safe. And then listen. Hear the sounds. And again, it's not sirens, it's not bullets. It's safe. What do you smell? It literally puts you back in your body instead of the mind chatter. What taste do you have going on in your mouth? And then finally, let's say you're in a situation where there's people around, and you don't want to be going through all of this and letting other people know that you're feeling anxious. You just want to feel better quick. Just touch yourself. Maybe rub your trousers or your shorts or your skin. Just reassuring. And then that gentle touch, again, reassures you that everything's safe. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any questions? No. Okay. So this is really cool. Donna Eden developed this. She's a spiritual teacher. The thymus is really prominent when we're little, and it has a lot to do with helping our immune system develop. And until relatively recently, scientists thought that the thymus shrunk and it really didn't have much value. Well, actually it does. And if you can just gently tap, and what I do is I tap one fist at a time, because doing it intermittently like this integrates the right and the left brain, our thinking brain and our intuitive brain, and that integration helps us think better. So if just lightly tap on your chest, if you're feeling scared or feeling off, anxious, 10, 15, if you're feeling particularly anxious, up to 30 seconds. And the extra bonus is it stimulates the immune system at the same time. So pay attention to your thoughts right here, right now. Is there an errant thought? So pay attention. Remember last week we talked about going into the body when we are feeling something, and where is that located? So if you have a thought that's going off in a different direction, pay attention to where that is in your body, because that could be a place of trauma, and invite that part of you to come back into the now. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So tell me about some things where you might have multiple conversations going on in your head, or maybe you're talking to somebody and you're trying to send a text at the same time. Or some of us might be trying to look at our iPad or our phone while we're watching TV. How does that make your brain feel?
I want to say stress, but I don't necessarily think stress is but it kind of stretches. It it doesn't feel totally relaxed, comforted.
You're absolutely
I
right.
would say stretched. I would say stretched.
I think stretched and stressed are both good words. And I think that our trying to do too many things, social media has really hurt us in a lot of ways. Certainly it helps us communicate, but know that trying to do multiple things at once can stretch, and it's adding to your anxiety. So again, that mindful focusing on this moment right here, right now. Can you feel your body just relaxing into that moment, or into this moment right here? Okay. And if we're diverting our attention, we're not using all of us to create what we want to create. Perhaps you're desiring a stronger relationship or a new job. If you're distracted doing multiple things, that's showing up by not being completely focused, and you're probably not accomplishing with as great at ease. So mindfulness in every moment, when you're showering, even when you're going to the bathroom, that's an opportunity to pay attention to the right here, right now. What are some other examples?
I know
Where you,
one where I don't do it is when I'm eating a meal, I'm always thinking about something else.
So does that meal taste as good as if you're focused on how focused on the meal itself?
No.
Yeah.
I don't do social media on my phones. In fact, pretty much text, look up something through, research, and talking is what I do on my phone. No movies, no nothing. Computers. I mean, I'm not going to do any of that on my phone because I don't want to use my phone for anything but the levels of communication. I don't think that, and I noticed that I'm able to be more focused. I watch other people try to multitask 1,000 things on their phone. Like for instance, if I don't do it, but I know that somebody would have this on their phone and not be able to see the whole thing and try to go back and forth, and then somebody call them on the phone or somebody text them on the phone, and they all distracted, you know. So, but
And Cleo, I hold you up uh, on a pedestal of sorts in some ways, because every single time we talk, how are you doing, Khalil? I'm at peace. You are reminding yourself of who and what you stand for, being at peace. And few of us have that central focus. And I appreciate that in you. So, Marion, how about you?
Well, I'm so busy and into everything. I get that frustrating anxiety where I gotta keep going. If I'm not, I'm gonna miss something. So where I'm looking for the peace, or I need the peace, I pass it by because I always feel I have something I have to do.
So this could be a real opportunity for you to let go of some of that anxiety that's shoving. And so remember last week where we talked about feeling the feeling?
Yes.
And staying in that feeling, paying attention to where you're feeling it in your body. And if you can just stay in that feeling for 90 seconds, it's going to go down. And then ask yourself, what's driving this? And really give your body a chance to tell you why you're feeling the way you're feeling.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense. It makes sense, but I've just been rushing and rushing. I mean, I don't even know why I'm rushing and running for, really. So I ain't really going nowhere, so I'm just rushing and running. And why are you always rushing and running? Early in the morning, late at night, rushing and running.
It's a pattern.
Yeah.
And we, and that's why we're doing this, why Oxford House is here helping all of us to free you and give you another mode of healing.
Yeah.
Okay. So I would challenge you this week,
Okay.
all of you, to be in the present moment. whatever you're doing, create more intentionality of what you want in your life, what you're desiring. So, you guys ready to do some Reiki?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to breathe through, and I'll remind you. You guys are ready to power up?
Power
Yep.
up.
Okay. So get comfortable and gently put your hands on top of your head and feel the Reiki energy coming, activating the brain fully. Feeling the divine higher power energy streaming into us. Opening our brain, inviting our neurons to fire more rhythmically, clearly, creative cohesion, calming the nervous system and activating our nervous system peacefully. And you may want to take your hands over your eyes and your cheeks and blow out. Inviting the power to go into your amygdala and a number of your endocrine organs that are in this part of your being. And you may feel a greater sense of relaxation as we invite our chemistry to optimize for full health and well-being. Continuing to breathe and allow the healing energy to come to you. And you may feel your jaws relaxing, the muscles in your skull relaxing, and maybe your bones shifting a little bit as greater peace fills you, inviting it into the parasympathetic nervous system, and moving our hands to each side of our face, and inviting right and left brain hemispheres to integrate, and inviting our brains to make more sense out of life. You may have certain desires that you're bringing in that you're wanting to accomplish this week, and inviting all of the whole brain to fill you with that peace of knowing you are. And we move our hands to the back of our head, and it doesn't matter whether it's top or bottom. Feel that energy coming into the third eye and our brain stem, feeling that beautiful comfort of health and well-being. Maybe expanding our intuition and allowing us to be further grounded in the now. Feeling greater connection between body, mind, spirit, and soul. Integrating the emotions and feelings with our body and our mind. And we move our hands to our throat, activating the thyroid, the parathyroid. We've got all of those wonderful immune properties here of our lymph nodes, and activating that part of us. Our throat chakras growing, expanding, activating. This is a gateway of spirituality, allowing greater divine truth to come in. And you may feel an expansion in your sinuses as we relax our shoulders. And you may feel greater relaxation in your jaw that you've been holding tension in. And we move to our heart. And for those of you who want to keep both hands in front, you can. And for those who want to go front and back, please do. Opening our heart to who we are. Feel that love and light enter yourself. A beautiful expansion of love. Love for yourself. And love for those in your life. And blow out. Continuing your deep belly breaths. Allowing other feelings that may not feel comfortable to come up. We're going to hold this because one of you is feeling pain. And we are here to support you in that shift. Breathe into the tightness. Allow your feelings to come up fully. And blow out. Keep breathing. And allow the energy to shift. Beautiful. Keep going. Well done. And we'll move our hands to our belly, front and back. And for those who can't reach, that's fine. Keep your hands with your fingertips touching. And then you're got your hands across your whole belly, allowing that part of you to heal. This is where we have our sense of self-worth, self-confidence, who we perceive ourselves to be. And let's expand that belief system today, folks. Knowing that you are love and light. Blow out. allowing the digestion to optimize for your full health and well-being, activating our immune system, our kidneys, spleen, liver. For those who have had little excess alcohol, let's invite that liver to cleanse even more. And we hold anger there too. Allow that anger to be released, that resentment to be let go of. And forgive yourself. Feel the tightness when I said that. And breathe. Breathe into that tightness. Allowing yourself to be. Oh, beautiful. Good. And we move to the lower abdomen, to the sacral chakra. For you, Marion, and me, this is where we hold our personal power. For women, this is where we get our juice. And for everyone, our creativity, open, our sense of safety, of who we are, our feelings, activating our will to feel. Inviting you to feel even more than you ever have. Allowing what had been tamped down, the pains and hurts of the past, to come forward and be released. Beautiful. Opening. Strengthening that relationship with yourself. Well done. One of you've got some lower back pain issues. It's chronic. So let's hang out here for a little bit longer and invite the underlying issues to come forward, to release that tightness, creating greater movement in your hips, your sacrum, and allowing the discomfort to move. Inviting anti-inflammatories to come through your whole system. Inviting the bone marrow to do its job so that you have greater flexibility, health.
Feed that shit. Girl, I want to alive.
Feeling yourself thriving in every single relationship. Open yourself to love and light. And most of all, your relationship with yourself. Loving yourself, perhaps for the first time. And blow out. And we move to the root right at your groin. And for those who wish to go front and back, you may be sitting on your tailbone, or you're putting your hand on your tailbone under yourself. Or you can put both hands in the front, whatever's most comfortable. It's where our hearth, home, safety and security in this world are. Finances. And for Luis, Khalil, and all those men out there, this is where your personal power comes from. We strengthen that energy. Continuing to breathe and allow beautiful love and light. You are so powerful. Allowing the energy to fill you. You may feel some shifts and changes in your pubic bone. Some shifts and changes as the root chakra expands, starts moving again, deepening the colors, and inviting greater communication in all of your energy centers. You may feel the energy activating down your legs as we move our hands to our knees. And I know at least one of you, this is a hot spot for you. And blow out, releasing the tension. And you may feel that tension release in your shoulders, your neck, perhaps your mid-back even, as things get better aligned. Our knees are about moving forward in life, letting the feelings come up, breathe into the tension, allowing your feelings to arise. Because in 90 seconds, that energy is energy in motion. Emotion will shift and change. Let that go and love yourself. And finally, the ankles. You can take one ankle at a time or both, whichever is best for you. Open the door to who you really are. You are wondrous. Feel that beautiful, peaceful energy entering every facet of your being. And if you've been holding one ankle, move to the other. And if you've been holding the front of your ankles, you may want to hold the back, because our unconscious lives in the back of us. Good. Allowing yourself to let go. And finally, we move our hands to our feet. And you may say, where should I hold? It's okay. We set the intention to allow the energy to go to every part of our feet. If you want to hold one foot at one time, that works. And then you can hold top and bottom. This is where our meridians end. And you may want to set the intention that energy flows up your legs into every facet of your being, out into your aura, activating, stimulating, optimizing, and healing our aura, our communication nodules, our grid, and inviting all the colors of the rainbow to come and fill us with your light, the light. Inviting the flows of our energy field to optimize. If you're holding one foot, move to the other and blow out. Continuing your deep belly breaths. Letting yourself let go. Now, each of us has a weak area, and I'd like to shift and move our hands to that weak area. Marion, I know your knees sometimes bother you. Khalil, I know your lower back. Luis, you've got a couple places within you. So move your hands to wherever you feel you need it most right now. Allowing the love, the peace, the joy of the higher power to enter every facet of your being, bringing you into complete coherence. And each of us is born with a unique song, and we ask that song to play, resonating like this giant symphony of who we are coming into focus. Completely tuning each and every part of us with our highest and best love and light. And then finally, one hand on top of our head and one of our groin, and inviting complete balance, top to bottom, bottom to top, grounding our energy deep, deep, deep into the earth, further into the crust of the earth, until our energy is connected with the crystal in the center of the earth. We open our crown and the top of our head and allow the divine power to connect all of us with that of Mother Earth. And we are the light. Oh, thank you. Thank you, all light beings that came for us today. Thank you, higher power, for filling us and Mother Earth. And when you're ready, gently start wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. And when you're ready, open your eyes. How was it, Louise?
It was good. When you were doing the meditation, I was trying to think of the word mindfulness and apply it, but I do feel like I'm in the moment right now.
That's beautiful. It's what Reiki does, doesn't it?
Yes.
How about the rest of you?
I feel relaxed. The tension I had in my knee is actually gone. So I'm grateful for that. That I did the Reiki.
It's beautiful. How about you, Khalil?
Expanding in a great big ball of light.
Beautiful.
Brings balance. I mean, it keeps me into today. It keeps me into the right now moment, which is where my power is anyway. I don't have any power in tomorrow. I don't have any power in yesterday. I don't have any power an hour from now, but I have it right now.
Well said. Did you guys hear that? Could you repeat that, Khalil?
Certainly. I don't have any power in tomorrow. I don't have any power in yesterday. I don't have any power in an hour from now or an hour ago. What I have is power in right now. And that gives me balance. It's like one of the exercises is expanding in a great big ball of light.
Thank you for sharing. This has been such a blessing to share this with you tonight. Great. So I'd encourage you, as Khalil said, to stay in your place of power this week. If your mind drifts, and it will, bring yourself like that puppy gently back to this moment. Feel your light. Get back in your body. What do you smell? What do you taste? Feel yourself. It's safe in this now moment. And life is good. The smile. Tell your body it's good.